Good afternoon. Well, this weekend is Victoria Day weekend. It's a weekend historically marked by fireworks, and for many it kind of represents a loosening of winter's grip and a movement into summer activities. Now, this weekend on Sunday also happens to be Pentecost. Now, Pentecost in the church is a big deal. It commemorates the descent of the Holy Spirit upon the apostles and the other disciples. And it also marks, because it does that, it marks the beginning of the Christian church's mission to the world. This weekend has the potential for elevated feelings of pleasure and happiness. And I do hope and pray that it really does for all of you. But then we have to add into the mix our pandemic experience. The limitations on our ability to gather really is a cloud. And for some enthusiastic weekenders, for boaters, for golfers, for beachgoers, restrictions will lie heavily on their normal satisfaction. Not to mention the vexed business owners who depend on the tourism dollars to stay afloat. Even in the church, the experience of Pentecost will be limited by our inability to gather together. Pentecost has always been a kind of a high point in terms of creative services and social gatherings. Yet I believe, after saying all of this, that this weekend can be a time to feel uplifted, both spiritually and emotionally and mentally and physically. Someone once said that life is not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. I'd like to read for you the lyrics of a song written by Hillary Weeks, a Christian American musician. It clouded over on Monday morning, and I'd hoped to wake up to sunshine. Come Tuesday, I think I felt it, a little raindrop on top of my head. On Wednesday, no mistaking it. By Thursday, no escaping it. The storm had rolled in. I thought about going back to bed or reading the book on my nightstand. I considered calling the weatherman just to ask when it might end. I did something you would not have thought. I grabbed my polka dot umbrella and I opened the door and I danced in the rain. I let my dreams know I hadn't forgotten them. I let my heart take the lead and I told my hopes to get themselves up again. And I danced. I looked. Yes, I danced in the rain. I invited my worries to step aside. I needed room to see in front of me. As the raindrops fell on my overcoat, I let them roll. As the raindrops fell on my overcoat, I let them roll. You can almost imagine that happening, and the kind of introverted warmth of watching those raindrops just fall away off of your rubber outer coat. It's a wonderful metaphor for being present to our situation with a kind of a delight and an optimistic faith. Hillary Weeks was speaking about our innate ability to bring hope into situations that may otherwise depress us, to see the goodness inherent within the clouds. This often isn't an easy virtue to awaken within ourselves. It requires a conscious effort sometimes to feel the hope in what life is dealing to us in the moment, in this moment. It too often means letting go of expectations, and seeing beyond what is not and into what is. And I believe that despite the pandemic cloud, this weekend is meant to be very special for each of us. I'd like to share now with you an Irish prayer of light and hope. May the blessing of light be upon you, light on the outside and light on the inside. With God's sunlight shining on you, may your heart glow with warmth like a turf fire that welcomes friends and strangers alike. May the light of the Lord shine from your eyes like a candle in the window, welcoming the weary traveler. May the blessing of God's soft rain be on you, falling gently on your head, refreshing your soul with the sweetness of little flowers newly blooming. May the strength of the winds of heavens bless you, carrying the rain to wash your spirit clean, sparkling after in the sunlight. May the blessing of God's earth be on you, and as you walk the roads, may you always have a kind word for those you meet. May you understand the strength and power of God in a thunderstorm in winter, the quiet beauty of creation, and the calm of a summer sunset. And may you come to realize that, insignificant as you may seem in this great universe, you are an important part of God's plan. Thank you for joining me this afternoon.